Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Um, I think the next subject that we should cover, and this is, I, especially in America, I find that injuries are happening quite frequently, as the federation itself doesn't really push out a like safety protocol. I'm trying to add in what I do as a safety protocol, but um, like basic falling, right? Just learning how to fall. I think that's the best thing that judo has ever taught me is how to fall. Today in practice, I did a front fall. Why? Because I was falling. I didn't have my feet underneath me because I was messing around trying something dumb. And immediately I went to a basic front fall, right? That has saved me more times than it hasn't, right? So for me, being able to teach people how to break fall, stretch, properly warm up. Those have been some key things to prevent injuries. What do you guys use for injury prevention? We'll start with Sigmund.
Oh yeah, it's and I definitely also need to catch myself on this, like because I oftentimes forget. Like some of my athletes do not have the same wrestling sport background as I do, so I oftentimes take like fall technique a bit for granted, which is one of those things that I try to consciously work on at all times, like being conscious of who these people are if they don't have that background. Most of my athletes do have that's type of sporting background. But as you mentioned, with proper warm ups, super important. And both like the Shiko and Suriashi are good warm up exercises as well as technical exercises. But you need to do literally ground warm up for every joint in the body: your wrists, your shoulders, your elbows, your ankles, your knees, your lower back, your hips, everything, especially the neck. People forget the neck. You can't forget the neck, man. Like you gotta really do the neck warm up right. That's so important. But also in terms of injury prevention, uh, they need to exercise outside of the sumo trainings. And what you should really focus on is those injury preventing exercises for ankles and knees, especially. Doing those boring stability exercises for ankles and knees will save you. Like in the end, like it will save you a career ending injury one time along the road. If you do that diligently, your career will be 10 years longer because you will have saved yourself from a career ending injury. I can almost guarantee it. And if that's not the case for you, then you're lucky. You know? So don't rely on luck. Like you do your stability exercises for ankles and knees is my one big thing. And when it comes to training, strength training, don't train with heavy weights without proper technique because your back is going to be ruined for the rest of your life. Like I can't stress that enough. Like do the weights relative to your technical level when it comes to lifting. Other than that, just do your best to be a fit athlete.
And you speak from experience. You've brought up a couple times, don't lift heavy weights improper. So I can tell that there is something in the past where you're around like we're all older grapplers, so we know that one guy, but I think that one sits real heavy with you.
I have I have done over my long sporting career. I have made absolutely every mistake. I mean, there's no dumb thing I haven't done. Look, there. I mean, you can. I could go on forever, but essentially, like, I've broken a ton of shit. Like, I've also, have I. The reason why I'm coaching is because I got arthritis in my shoulder, and I could absolutely relate that to wrong-headed training methods that I thought was a good idea. You know, But also I quit my rugby career on account of a back injury after again turning right up to games without having proper training in advance because I was didn't hadn't done the rehab for my previous injury, which was an ankle injury. You know, so it's and a whole host of things like that, and with same with weight cutting as well. It's one of my big pet peeves because that makes you vulnerable to every injury. If you're cutting weight, you're super vulnerable while you're cutting weight and also during the tournament for just tearing this and ripping that. So just do nutrition right, like, and do the all these like stability exercises. They're so important to strengthen your body to prepare it for taking all these hits that you get, that then you and all these falls and all that. If you are a well-rounded, well-trained athlete, you'll do well. But it comes with a tale of caution. Like, do please do your homework on like developing your body and all the stability stuff. And the terms with the like lifting to heavy weights, how many people do I talk to who are like look like big strong people who I want to get into sumo? I talk to them and like, my back's ruined. I can't. No, it sounds fun, mate, but I can't. My back's ruined because when I was in my early 20s, I tried to lift this heavy and then I did one rep wrong one time. You know, so be careful out there.
Hmm. That's all it takes. Yeah. That. Whew. Whew, I felt every bit of that because you know I am a notorious overtrainer, so I have learned my lessons, and I think that weight cut is a thing that people don't put enough mind into, especially sumo, where you can weigh in 2 days before the event, which I think only incentivizes very negative habits, where people will drop like 40 pounds to go and compete, right? And they will be a shell of their peak self just because they're trying to cut that weight. I think that we run into that a lot. I for my kids and my teens, like anybody that's over the age of 18, whenever they do any jiu-jitsu or judo event, I will surprise them and bring out a scale, and that's the division that they're competing in. So I don't want parents will literally starve their kids to try to get them to a division below, and I'm not okay with that, and I will never be okay with that.
I think that
Glad to hear it.
as an athlete that's still training, an aging athlete, I think that being able to listen to your body is super important. Like when I was younger, I'd push, 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 and that's when things are starting to splash orange light. Good sign, there's a red light coming. So
Hmm.
if you just the road sign method, like you're pushing yourself, and also progressions, like as sports athletes that are usually autonomous at the level of the top, you need to autonomously be looking at your progressions and going, hey, I've pushed forward for the last 4 weeks. When am I going to drop right off to nothing and take a week off? Like, and that's where most people fall short. They go, oh, I'll just give it another month and I'll just push right to the top. And then something breaks. So, yeah, just listening to your body. And also, yeah, when you're being lazy, just call yourself out and just go do some, yeah, push yourself. That's about it.
Yeah.
To be the best, you got
Um,
to be.
heck yeah. Heck yeah.